We are a little bit late today. Hello everyone. Salamu alaikum. Salamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi
Hello everyone. Come closer to me, Maya. Come closer to me, Argentina.
I'm screaming.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. Go get it.
Oh, no.
Go get it. Go get it.
We can turn it on in the...
Okay. So,
Hi everyone.
sorry we are late. نعتذر عن التأخير. لكن كنا بنناقش. We were discussing. عليكم السلام عرفة. Everyone here. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We were having an amazing discussion that we want to bring to you today. And we just lost track of time.
Yeah.
Honestly, we did.
We honestly did. Oh, yeah.
I'm just fixing your shirt.
Yeah.
So violence today is violence awareness.
Right.
أو التوعية بالعنف بشكل عام. التوعية بالعنف. not توعية. توعية بالعنف. العنف ممكن يكون أسري, could be domestic violence. عنف لفظي, لكن domestic violence نفسه العنف الأسري ممكن يكون أنواعه كثيرة. لكن الليلة today we are going to talk about a different topic, a violence that you might not even think about. Tell us, start us off.
Yeah, so, there's different kinds of violence. There's verbal, there's physical, there's verbal, there's mental. There's so many different forms that your life can be impacted. And we were having a really good conversation about the stigma that women have. And what comes with this stigma is PTSD, trauma, and it's hard for women in today's society to sometimes overcome that.
Yeah. So when we talk about stigma, we specifically discuss how people are making, like not just people, family, the society are making women feel ashamed about their bodies, making them feel certain way when they have their period, when they go through menopause, when they go through the hormonal changes in their bodies. This is violence.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, this is violence. It is when you make someone feel a certain way, when you make someone feel they're not worthy, they're not enough, or what is happening to their body naturally is sin, or it's something that they caused.
Right.
Maya did share something like really deep and sensitive about her life. And so many women out there that go through this alone, feel the trauma every time when they get their period, or when they have intimate relationship with their significant other, or even going outside. So you can share whatever you want to share, or just just talk in general.
We all come from different points in life. We all have different backgrounds, our faith, our genetics, or different things like that. And a lot of people don't know this about me and my family, but until I was 20 years old, I was a part of I'm just a religious community. Because I don't like to see it. And growing up, when you became on your menstrual cycle, you were considered unclean. And being unclean, you wore a veil, you wore gloves, you sat on a mat, and you were, you kept yourself closed off from everybody, but everybody would know, you were unclean or you were menstruating. So growing up, it was like always, like you almost hated it.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like everybody's gonna know,
Like they made you feel as being a woman is a mistake, first of all, and it's a crime, and having period is a sin.
Right. Now, I was raised in this.
Yeah. Well, I was raised in this too. So a lot of people out there were listening to us. You can share your experience, because when we talk about the things that makes us uncomfortable, that's how we are changing the society, one person at a time. So I know a lot of women will hear us today, will relate to Maya's experience, many other women experience, including myself. So continue. Sorry.
I forgot.
She forgot. Yeah, no, you said that like the way you were raised.
Yes.
To feel
right
and clean.
Right. And I was raised, and I was like, this has been my whole life until I was 20 years old. I lived this way. So I'm 31, and I left when I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I was 19, or close to being 19, 18. But growing up this way, it really, you know, when I was younger, I would just we would know women are unclean. We would see them veil, mask, you know, sitting on the mat. You know, it was just like, oh, you know, I just didn't think it would happen to me. But I started late. This is real personal, guys. Mm-hmm. Is this too much?
No, it's not. It's not. Normally, listen, this is part of what we are breaking, that cycle. We are discussing the uncomfortable things. Yeah. You know, people don't talk about it. And Malaz was in a conversation with us and says something. I wish if she can come and talk here, but she said more men need to talk about women issues. And when I say issues, I don't mean it's our issues, but things that happen to women, whether it's natural, outside of their, like, it's not something that you chose, or even if you chose, right, and you had a different reaction from the world or the society around you, more men need to be involved, more men need to talk about it. So it's like Maya said, we watched a movie. The funny thing, we watched a movie a couple days ago talking about a society that raised women as, in order for them to be clean, they have to be obedient. Yeah. They have to act a certain way. Yeah. You have to dress a certain way. Yeah. And, you know, growing up, the same thing, unclean, when you are in your period or when you're going through any changes in your body, you are considered unclean in the culture where I grew up also. Mm-hmm. So it's not just one culture, but it's several, and they all come from the same background. But this is just the beginning, right? Yeah. When you teach a young 13 years old, you were saying you start early, later than most women.
Yeah, I think I was like 14, almost 15 when I started. And it was very traumatic. Because, you know, growing up, I was raised by my father. And if I love my dad. But I was raised by my father, and I was raised in a single parent home. And my dad never had those types of conversations with us. Like, there's certain things, like, that we just didn't talk about. Yeah. Administration was one of them. And I would see my older sisters, you know, they didn't live with us for a time, but when they did live with us, I would see them buy, you know, pads and different things, but it was never really like
a discussion.
Yeah.
It's a hush-hush.
It was like, what happens, you know? Yeah. So when it happened to me, my little brother, we're 4 years apart, I went to sleep and I woke up and he was like, oh, you must have fell asleep with ketchup packets because you got ketchup everywhere. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't have any ketchup packets because we used to go to the cafeteria and take the ketchup packets. Sorry, I'm about to tell it. I stole it. I took the ketchup. I'm not condoning this. Yeah. But anyways, so we would take it, and I was like, I didn't go to sleep with ketchup. And then it was just traumatic. And I remember because my dad, he didn't talk to me for weeks. Like, and, you know, when you're unclean in our faith, you're separated. So I was in my room. Yeah. And not knowing what to do, I just remember I was in the bathroom and I was just wrapping a whole bunch of toilet paper. Yeah. You know? Yeah. A whole bunch of toilet paper around my arm, you know? Yeah. So to this day, as a 31-year-old, I would say that I have PTSD and trauma from that. Yeah. Because I made a life decision
to never have a period again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
basically.
I won't.
Yeah.
If there's a way for me to stop it, I will. Because I don't want to feel, I don't know how to deal with the emotion and the trauma, which that's what Malaz was talking about. You know, you have to separate, you know, you have to learn how to separate the emotion from the trauma, and then you'll be able to heal from it. But to this day, I know it's natural.
Yeah.
I know that women, we go through this, but to this day, you know, there's some things you just can't, you know, you can't let go of different stigmas and feelings.
Yeah.
So when we talk about violence awareness, there's all types of different violence in the world. And one that we don't talk about is violence against women. And listen, if this is your way of life, if this is what you believe in your faith, we are not
change it. No, I will say change it. No, I don't believe that. No. We're here to make a difference, an impact. Yeah. You know, religious is peace. Most religious, and I know Islam is peace. So they're not telling you to do like the translation. Yeah. It's a man's world. And Malaz, like Malaz was saying, you know, I'm going to refer to her a lot because we just had this conversation, and that was the reason why we're late, is, you know, it's the man's world. Yeah. The men control the policy, they control the laws, the regulation. Unfortunately, even at our government, the government level is more men. Right. So in order for them to discuss, and now here in 2023, we are still talking about regulating women's bodies. Right. We're talking about decision that is only affect us. If you don't have a uterus, there's things that you shouldn't have a say on it. Right. But we still have to deal with men who are not discussing. We're asking men to be... Get the thing while I'm talking.
Okay, so sorry.
So it's like we still have to talk, and we keep asking our men, the viewers here, our friends, the people that are, you know, listening to us right now. We can't do it alone. This is not a fight that is a woman fight. Just like when we say domestic violence, even with any violence that happen, not just to women, even to men from other men, violence affect everyone, and it affects us all, right? But we need your help, all of you. Lower this camera a little. We need your help, like all of you. We need you all to, like, basically speak out, speak about your experience and what you can do to help others who are going through it. Like, Maya's experience is unique to her, but it's not unique to other women. A lot of women will go through this, will go through being raised by a single dad or a single mom. And you will do your best, like her father did his best. Yeah. Did what he knew to do, right? But he is a man again, and his knowledge of women bodies, things that women go through, or reaction. Even as a woman, it wasn't easy for me to discuss this with my girls, and I'm 46 years old. Maya 31. We had Malaz, who is 22. So those are 3 generations. For us to sit and relate to each other about issues, this is sad. Yeah. This has made me feel like there is somewhere where we have a disconnect, somewhere where I feel as the oldest of the bunch. I feel I failed. Like, I failed women my like age, older than me, younger than me. Like that's how I feel. Like I need to do better. We all need to do better. Yeah. Because if someone like Maya, who's 31 years old, had to feel this every month, you know, this is not okay.
Right. But so, and then I want to be clear, you know, like in my faith, I was raised to believe that this was normal. You know, that women, this is what we do, and you know, this happens to you. But it's my trauma because it's something that I can't let go of. And it's crazy because when I had my son, you know, before I knew what I was having, I prayed for a boy. Yeah. Because I did not want to have to me not knowing, there's certain things you just don't talk about as a woman.
Yeah.
You just keep it to yourself. So like I was telling Hajir, like growing up, I didn't know how to be a woman. And to this day, like a part of me still, I feel like there's a gap that I don't really know how. Like, like I'm still a kid, like I'm grown, but I'm still a kid.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to really, it's so tough.
It is. And you know what? If you discuss something and it doesn't make you uncomfortable, you're not discussing something worthy. You need to push yourself beyond your comfort level. That comfort zone, the box that we put ourselves in, right?
Yeah.
I always talk about people trying to put women in a box, right?
Yeah.
But we ourselves put ourselves in that box where we feel comfortable. You don't want to leave a domestic violence relationship because you feel comfortable there, because that's all you know.
Right.
You don't want to leave any kind of violent situation. A lot of people don't want to leave the violent situation, not because they enjoy it or it's good or okay, but because that's all they know. Right. They don't know any better. They don't know how to act when they put somewhere else. But like I told you, you will surprise yourself. You are strong. You are enough. You need to keep telling yourself that, and not just like Maya. I know Maya for over 8 years now, right? But you are one of the most strong women I know. You doubt yourself. I doubt myself. I just told Malas today, stop doubting yourself. We all, regardless of who we are, we all doubt ourselves.
Yeah, we do.
And not because we can't, but because the society, the people around us, our family, so many people make you feel you are not enough. And by any means, I'm not just talking about women. A lot of men, they were raised this way, or the society made them feel they have to act a certain way. Oh, you can't cry because you're not a man.
Oh, yeah.
That's violent.
Yeah.
That's violence.
Yeah.
Really. Men can cry. You can't act this way. This is not a manly way. Right. Same way as women are supposed to act a specific way to be a woman. You can't sit like that. You have to do this. You have, there is a whole bunch of ideas and societal norms, not our norms, that is putting us in a box. So we have to break that cycle. When it comes to any kind of abuse, think of it's a cycle. Whether that someone is making you feel bad, making you feel not enough, making you feel you're not worthy, or even make you feel like the natural things happening to your body, it is your fault and it's a sin. We just had a discussion about menopause. Like, women go through menopause, and it's a hush-hush.
It is.
Nobody talk about it.
Or it's not just a hush-hush, but it's like, oh, you're going, oh, you're done, like
crazy, hormonal.
You're a rat, like you're a rat. Now
this is a rap.
Right, yeah. Like you're
you served your purpose in this world.
Exactly.
You cannot create kids anymore, so you're done. Yeah. Menopause is considered, even the way we say it in Arabic, they say like سن العجز مش كده? They say سن العجز, or they say like the year, like the year that you are basically considered done. in English, the same translation for menopause. You are basically done. Done doing what?
Right.
That's the question.
Right.
Like, making you feel like having those feelings. Malaz was saying something about hysteria. It used to be like the psychosis, or a break, mental break. It was called after a uterus, a hysterectomy. Like when you say hyster is in medical terminology. So hysteria is saying that people go crazy because they have a uterus. So that's violence too. Making women feel their hormonal changes is going to make them less of a human, and they can't do a job because they are going through menopause or going through changes. The job of giving birth to a whole human being, I don't think there is anyone can deny this is the most like toughest, hardest job in the whole world.
Yeah, it is.
So
it's tough and it's traumatic, and like coming from somebody who was in a background, a background that you don't talk about these things, and being raised by my father, there's just it's tough. So like for any young women out there, or even if you're older like myself and you don't feel like you can talk about it, like today was the first day that I've ever talked about it. Not even my husband. Sorry if you're watching.
Yep, you learned today.
You never learned today. But go ahead.
Thank you, Iman. Iman said she blocked someone who is making violent comments. We do not tolerate violence here. We do not tolerate negativity. If you have something to add, and that's on Facebook. So TikTok, Instagram, you're good. On Facebook, someone was making violent comments, and our friend and moderator who's taking care of the page right now, shout out to Iman, she blocked them. Block them.
Yeah.
Block her. Block anyone. I block any negativity from my life. And if we're talking about violence against women, we're talking about violence against men, we're talking about violence prevention, violence awareness, violence prevention.
Physical,
and
verbal,
you come
mental,
and say a violent comment, blocked, done, block every profile that they will create it.
Right.
We do not take that, and everyone need to remove negativity, remove anyone that is making you feel a certain way. I did not read that person's comment, and I don't wish to read any negative comment. So yeah, thank you, Wisal. Thank you everyone who's commenting and doing that. أهلا يا صباح, شكرا حبيبتي. Kareem said thank you, Maya. Thank you, Kareem.
Thank you.
Peace be upon you too, Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. So anyways, the whole idea is we cannot do this alone. And by alone, I don't mean me, Maya, anyone that is out to raise awareness or to fight something that is widely acceptable, right? You have to break the cycle. The society is comfortable with violence, comfortable with bullying. You see someone who bully other people and you either like the comment or that's participating.
Right, absolutely. You're condoning it. So definitely thank you, Iman, for not condoning it. But we have to be willing to talk about these things. And the more time that I spend with Hajir, in previous shows, we talked about, my life change that I made in my life because of Hajir. The more I guess I get brave, but it's still hard. And, there's your hearts.
I love you.
And it's hard to talk about certain things because you don't want people to judge. But just like we talked about yesterday, like we don't need to worry about what others may think or say about us, because at the end of the day,
see this face?
Once you let go
that's
of it,
me not giving any care. No, you expect me to say a bad word?
Yeah.
No, I don't. That's me giving 0% care to negative people.
Right.
We take criticism. We like the discussion. If you don't agree with what we say, discuss it with us by any means. Try to convince me why violence is okay. why it's okay for someone to make someone feel bad, and especially women going through menopause or going through their period or going through any issue that they go through.
Yeah.
If you have if you believe this is okay, by any means, come and discuss it with us. I don't turn down any discussion, but I turn down violence. If you come with a violent tone, cut it.
Right. And we're definitely gonna have more of these tough conversations. And the video that we did earlier, I'm gonna make sure I get that edited and posted on today, just so that you guys can hear. But those types of conversations, I mean, if you're not, like Hajir said, if you're not willing to talk about them, they're gonna continue to haunt you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna, like Malala said, you're gonna continue to attach those. You're going to continue to attach those emotions with the trauma, and it's going to be hard to let go.
Yeah.
And it's been hard for the past 31 years. Well, not that long, because I wasn't having, when I was a kid. But I can't even say it.
Yes, you can. See?
I can't.
Say it.
I won't.
I want you to say it. Say it. This is part of the healing.
I can't.
Okay.
I'll work on it.
So she's going to work on it. While she's working on this, we want you all to work on what is holding you back. Because again, having a healthy body and a healthy mind will allow you to be the best. You cannot do something when you are injured, when you are hurt, physically or mentally. And hi all. When you are carrying this package on your back, when you are feeling not worthy, when you're not feeling enough, or feeling... Viola Davis, this is going to be... I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my speech on January 5th. I'm speaking at the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission on diversity. But Viola Davis, she's a famous actor for any one of you who don't know who she is. She is a strong Black woman who, really her story need to be heard. Yeah. She wrote a book called Finding Me, and on her accepting a speech for her role, she said, you cannot win an Oscar, a Grammy, or an Emmy for a role that does not exist. Yeah. And I use that as an example because I say you cannot, succeed at a business or succeed at anything in life if that opportunity is not there. Yeah. And most women face the violence, not just the violence with words and with the way they make them feel, with the opportunities. You are made to feel you're not worthy enough. Yeah. I was made to feel that many times. But at the end of the day, you need to value yourself. Your healing starts not just by taking the antibiotic, drinking water, exercising, being healthy, all of that. Work together with taking care of your mental health. Your mental health is part of your well-being. And if you're not good enough for yourself, you're never going to be good enough for anybody else. And she's crying. I love her.
I love Hajir, y'all. Yeah. And listen, if you don't have friends that cry when you talk, you're saying the wrong things and your friends ain't friends, okay? But, she's right.
Yeah. So what I want to say, I guess, with Maya's experience, with my experience, with all of your experience, combined or just separate, that should not define who you are. Yeah. No one should dictate your fate, your future, what you're going to be. And I know sometimes people say, oh, it's easy said than done. I'm going to say it again. I say that all the time. It is not easy said than done because people did it. Yeah. I did it. Yeah. Maya's doing it. She's healing. She's recovering. I'm recovering. We all are healing from some trauma. Right. The scars might be in different stage of healing, but they are healing. So we love you. We love you. So just remember that you are the one who is going to be what? You're the one writing your own book, and only you can decide how it will end. Yeah. And that's whether it be getting out of a domestic violence situation, blocking someone who's making comment, thank you, Iman, cutting someone who's giving you bad vibes, or letting go of what? Say that again, what?
Cutting off people who give you bad vibes. And listen, your gut is your intuition. listen.
Trust me, I have intuition. When I tell you cut it.
Yeah. Oh, Hydra has a way of seeing people.
Cut it. I do.
That deeper level.
I fail to see in relationship.
What did you say? What did you say about your part? If you took as much time.
Yes. When I did. Listen, guys.
I'm gonna post that
when I did have her, you post that. When I do my part, you see how perfect my part is. I said
it takes time, and it's a science.
Perfection, it's a science. But if I take time choosing the relationship, and we will have, when we talk about relationship, I'll talk to you. My brother said it the best. He said you are so good at mostly everything you do. You give good advice. You use your own advice in your personal life and your business, and you're good. You just don't know how to choose relationships, and that's true. Like honestly, and if
but y'all see how she could just say that.
I say that random.
Like she can just say it. And
I heal. I heal myself.
That is what basically what this show is about today.
Yes,
like
healing.
Yes, from verbal violence,
anything,
like anything in life, just and she can smile about it.
And you know what? If that's the only thing bad, like, I mean, not the only thing bad happened to me, but if that's the only thing that I don't have a good intuition at, I'm okay with that. I can get it right, you guys, mostly, and everything except with relationships. So yeah, don't hold me on that. Don't ask me for. To say something more.
Screaming.
But anyways, if we spend time perfecting our choices, just like how I'm perfecting this, then we won't have a problem.
Right.
And you truly don't have to perfect your life. It's life. Enjoy the journey, not just the destination. You're gonna get there.
Yeah.
But how are you gonna get there? With the cast?
That's a tough question.
With cuts. With the scars, with the scars internal.
They make you who you are.
Yeah.
And once you're able to walk that journey, you'll be able to get through anything.
Yep.
The hardest thing that you'll ever have to do is heal yourself.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing. And remember, you can't. My dad used to say this. You can't expect to impact other people's lives if you have yet to do the unpacking yourself.
Yep.
Like.
I agree.
You gotta let it go.
Yeah.
And as a 31-year-old young woman, still see myself young.
Yeah, you're very young.
It's hard. And I'm the type of person I don't want people to know my trauma. I don't want people to know because I don't want people to think that I'm weak.
Yeah.
And that's mine. But then it's not a form of weakness. Speaking is helping somebody else get through the same thing that you have.
And helping you heal too.
And
I always say.
And I've learned that. Since October 22nd.
Yeah.
Okay?
Remember that date. We'll talk about it.
I will never forget it. I was just talking to somebody last night. I will never forget it. She was like, not you remember the date. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And since then, I've been healing. Slowly. And I've noticed myself talking about things. And then this afternoon, before the live, as I was sitting there and I was trying not to cry, I was just like, whoa. Never in my life have I had a moment that I felt safe to talk about it.
That's very important. You have to feel safe with the people around you. And if you don't feel safe enough to share your lowest point and your weakness and your trauma and everything that you go through, then find new people. Honestly, not feeling safe, it's not something easy. Right. Don't live your life. Don't go through your journey afraid of being misunderstood, afraid of being not taken seriously, or taking for granted, or just twisting your words. A lot of people are stay and say, I can't say this. They're not going to understand me, or they're going to think this way. Then you're with the wrong people. Cut them. Honestly. And guys, I'm not saying people are disposable, but bad people are disposable. Yeah. To me. Yeah. I don't want any bad person in my life. And sometime, one person said to me, how are we going to do with family? you have bad family, bad people in your family.
Absolutely.
Cut them.
Oh, absolutely.
There is no exception. Listen.
Listen to her.
I mean it.
She mean it.
I mean it.
We gonna. Matter of fact, I'm gonna title this show "Hajir Means It."
I mean it. I truly mean it. I truly mean it. And when I shut that door, God knows it won't be like it won't open again.
Yeah, you can look through the people, but don't open the door.
And a lot of people, someone tried to test me one time, came and knocked on the door. She did. She came and knocked on my door. I opened the door. I didn't know who it was. I saw the face. Boop, closed the door. I am that type of person. Yeah. I swear, I don't just block on Facebook, but I'll block you. I'll block you.
And that's what we all need to learn.
Yeah.
Like once somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Yes. Yes.
And let it go.
Yep. Yeah.
Because if they genuinely love and care about you, they won't continue to do the things that hurt you.
Yep.
You teach people how to treat you.
Yes, you do. You do. You're good. You're learning.
I am.
She's saying the things we said.
And that's because Hajir said it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Iman said, remember the day that makes a difference in your life. Listen. When I finally sit down and we tell you this story, some of y'all ain't even going to believe it.
Yeah.
But how it all came to, it just... Always hold on to the days and the moments that impact you the most.
Yeah.
And October 22nd was a day that I will never forget. From the time that I woke up to the time that I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just that one person. And the Creator, Heavenly Father, God, whoever you want to call it, He gonna give you the signs. Mm-hmm. Hajir's been in my life for almost 9 years. Wait. Yeah. Almost 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, I want to say every 3 years.
Yeah.
She'll call me and be like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? So, when we share you guys with that, you just never let go. And you'll have things that happen in your life and you won't understand why. And I didn't really understand why. I do, but I didn't really know. But then after today, I know. I know why.
Yeah.
We carry our own little cloud with us. Now it's, time to move the cloud out the way. Give them some sunshine, And it's hard for us to acknowledge that and say those things. But don't accept any kind of violence in your life.
Yep.
Verbal abuse can come in different forms. Yeah. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for being a woman or what you go through for being a woman. And if you have trauma from that, and I'm speaking to myself, you have to be able to get through it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how.
And by get through it, it doesn't have to even be we don't mean just brush it, just like how I just did. Brush it.
Yeah, don't brush it.
Throw it in the back. No.
Don't throw it under the rug, because that's what I've done.
Yeah.
Pretty much my whole adult life.
Yeah.
I threw it in on the rug, I threw away the key, and I was like, I'm never going to go through this.
Yeah. No,
but that doesn't change. It doesn't change anything.
No,
So, yeah.
Anyways, so in conclusion, khitam. In conclusion, we're gonna just say a few things in English and then say it in Arabic to summarize.
Okay.
تلخيص. نلخص. العنف. Violence. comes in many form or shape.
Yes.
العنف بيجي بأشكال كثيرة. الليلة تكلمنا عن العنف ضد النساء بشكل عام. We talk about violence against women. عنف ضد النساء. Violence against women. ضد against women. ضد against نساء women. Violence. عنف. اتكلمنا عن التغييرات الطبيعية اللي بتحصل للنساء. The normal changes. تغييرات. Change. Like changes that happen to women. Starting from having a period. الدورة الشهرية. Menopause. بيسموها سن اليأس. See how that name in Arabic is so bad?
Yeah.
سن اليأس. You know what yes is? Yes is like giving up. Menopause is sin al-yas.
That's crazy.
The year or the age where you give up. That is just depressing, guys.
It is.
We need to change that.
Yeah.
We talked about how the menopause, or as they call it, sin al-yas, which is a name that I hate. I don't like. It's like, how is that make the woman feel? The hormonal changes. التغييرات اللي بتحصل للهرمونات. تغييرات changes happen to the woman body, لجسد المرأة خلال حياتها كلها, going through giving birth, الولادة, to giving birth, to just doing the normal things that you do in a daily basis.
Right.
How is that counted against you? بتحسب ضدك. Counted against you. How the society and everyone is making you feel as a less of a human. Making بيخلوا النساء, بيجعل النساء تحس بأنها هي أقل من الأشخاص التانيين يعني. Make you feel you're different. يحسسك إنك أنت مختلفة. Different. Make you feel different. That's why we're asking all of you, and men especially, not women. بنسأل مش بس النساء, حتى الرجال, عشان يساعدوا في تغيير العقلية دي. The mentality, العقلية. Change the society's norm. الطريقة المجتمع بفكر بها. The way that people are acting and interacting with women through those times, right? So we all need to work together. كلنا نشتغل مع بعض عشان to make the change, to create that ripple effect, to create that change, the snowball effect, or whatever, however you call it. Like the changes start with you dance.
Right.
With all of us. And while you're doing this, you know, make sure you enjoy the journey. Make sure you learn to defend yourself, to learn. تعرف إنك أنت كفاية. Know that you are enough. تعرف إنك وإنك كفاية. العنف بيحصل للنساء وللرجال. Violence affect men and women equally, right? But men seems to not talk about it.
Right.
الرجال يعني بيخضعوا للصورة الرسمة لهم المجتمع إنه أنت كراجل as a man كراجل you need to be strong, and I don't know what they mean by strong, or act a certain way, or not cry, or not complain. الراجل ما بيبكي, الراجل ما بيزعل, الراجل ما كده. So we need to change a lot of change, and to break that cycle عشان ما نكسر الحلقة الشريرة. To break, نكسر الحلقة الدائرة, like the circle, the evil, الشريرة. So we can break that cycle of abuse, of violence, of mistreatment, anything that the society is teaching us it's okay and it's not okay. And at the end, you will allow people to treat you the way you want them to treat you. If you don't take crap from no one is going to give you crap. I mean, a lot of people will try. They still test me. People know how I function, but people will always test you, right? But as long as you put those boundaries, cut, block, and the blocking is easy on Facebook. People think it's easy on live too. You are not going to push me to do something that I'm not comfortable with. That's one thing you know about me. If I'm not okay with something, my face will show it. I have that kind of face.
She'll look at you and then you already know, like, man, I messed up. my girls know, like, when I give them that look. My dad has the same look. We already know it was a wrap once you get it. But you have to have that yourself. You gotta have it yourself.
Have your boundaries.
Yes.
Learn to have boundaries on what you allow in your circle and what you allow people to do to you. and you also want to treat people the way you want to be treated. Not just it's not just a one-way street. Right. So you cannot treat people bad and expect them to treat you good or ask for that.
Vice versa.
Anyways, I can't leave before I ask all of you to raise awareness about what's going on in Sudan. If you are in a country that will allow you to reach out to your representative and ask them to do something. Yeah. Reach out to human rights organization. There is more violence happening in Sudan right now. People are not just kicked out of their houses, they're bombed, they're killed. People are fleeing on foot from some states so they can find safety. So Maya was talking about the safety. Some people don't even have that luxury.
Right.
So us sitting here talking to you, don't let that take you away from what's happening in the world.
Yes.
Don't let that make you just think about yourself, right, but also think about the people in Sudan, the people in Gaza, the people in Ukraine. You know, everywhere that there is injustice, there is war, there is violence that is happening. So we're talking about violence awareness and violence prevention. There are part of the world that are facing violence that they cannot stop because it's not a choice.
Right.
They don't have the power of ending it as much as they want. And I don't have the power of ending it as much as I want. But all what we can all do collectively is to keep praying, keep Sudan and everywhere that need help in your prayer, whatever religious you believe in. Hashtag keep talking about it. Hashtag Sudan, hashtag solidarity with Sudan, and just keep it going. Like whatever you can do to help your family, to help your friends or someone that you know. I love you all, and I know that we don't do, like, we're trying to do our best.
Yes.
And our best might not be enough as sometimes, but just keep doing that. Yes. Keep doing what you can.
So we love you guys. Thank you so much. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We love you guys. Continue to like, share, and comment. And remember, tomorrow will be our last show together until after the new year. So join us tomorrow for Business Wednesday as we talk about conquering your dreams in the new year.
If you have suggestions, just drop it, send it to us.
Drop it in the comments or send it to the email at info@hygernetwork.com. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
As-salama. As-salama, Facebook.